I don't think Top Hat usually watches my videos. As such, I want you guys to help me get this message to him, because it's like only the first 2 minutes of the video. After that, we're going to go in other things. Me and Top Hat, we never collaborated before. We never spoke properly. We never got introduced. Our paths never crossed. So maybe he doesn't know who I am. Maybe he doesn't give a shit. But I just want to ask him one question. And, I'm just curious about a certain problem. Which one of his moderators, which one of the faggots told Brianna Wu she can't post on Kotaku in action? That's my question. I just want to know, because apparently, according to Brianna Wu, like, look here, I was going to post this in Kotaku in action, but their mods advised me that it would get downvoted and no one would see it. Which one of them is it? Who said this? You know what? I'm not even going to judge. I'm not even going to make a video. I'm not even going to shame the person. I just want to know, is that guy. That's all I want. This is all. I don't want, to give him the finger and wiggle my finger at him like, whoa, you naughty boy. No, I want to know. Because, you know what? I think this is full of shit. I think none of the mods actually said this. Tell you what, I'm going to turn around. Look, I'm turning around. Do you hear my chair squeaking? Like, look. Okay, I'm facing away from the computer now. I don't see what's behind me. So one of you, I don't care who, just type in the name of the person who did it, or just come forward. You know what? Come forward. Like, I just want to know if Brianna Wu was full of shit or not, because I think she was full of shit. I think she was more full of shit than a sewer at this point. And I'm now wiggling back, moving back to the computer. There we go. Like, no, but and I don't understand how this lying son of a bitch gets to be retweeted by Ellen Powell. And it's important to notice when companies do the right thing. Please give AKP and Reddit your thanks for a major step in ending harassment. Right, they ended harassment by leaving the Kill All Men subreddit there. That's not harassment, that's niceties, I guess. And again, it's like, this is a person that made $13,000 on Patreon the first month in order to hire someone to go on her Twitter and delete the harassing messages that she's getting on Twitter, because she couldn't focus on her game. And in order to hire such a person, you need $13,000. You know what? If maybe she didn't ask for so, good point. She didn't want to get 13,000. She just said, well, I'm going to get like $50 and I'm going to hire someone. And oh shit, the next day, $30,000. Oh my God. It's possible. Why didn't she donate, like, I don't know, $10,000 to a charity about helping women and shit? If she's about ending harassment, like, right. I'm going to tell you where she donated the cash. She probably donated to this biking company in order to get her bike, which she proudly posted pictures with in her proudly mansions with her proudly two Apple monitors, and yeah, right. But it's like, take harassment away. Can I have the harassment? Can I have half of her harassment with the $13,000? You know what? I'm going to do this deal. I'm actually going to make a list of things that I feel insecure about. I'm going to give you my insecurities so the people who harass me can harass me properly. Because with $13,000, I would actually want to sleep at night to know that I actually worth every penny, at the harassment that I'm getting. Right, and Ellen Powell is retweeting this person who is also, like, when her dog was dying, blamed Gamergate for her dog's death. Because, I don't know, she didn't have any proof that Gamergate did it, but why not? I just want, and this was in a dogs magazine, by the way. I made a video about it. And she was accusing Gamergate that we don't care. And you know what? To be honest, I really don't care that her dog was dying. Because according to nature, every single thing that gets born gets to die, except cancer cells. Actually, look it up. Cancer cells are immortal. They don't die. But anything else that I am aware of, they happen to pass away, unfortunately. Was Brianna Wu holding my hand when my cat was dying? No. So I'm not going to call her a sick son of a bitch for not doing that, Right. But take the harassment away, you take her bike away. I really don't think she's honest about it. And also, like, I was not going to post this on KIA. Like, I know that Brianna Wu claims herself to be the greatest person at Unreal Engine, you know, the best in the world working at Unreal Engine. She's very modest, you know. And she knows how to use computers, I reckon. So in 2015 we have this technology, Brianna, and I'm going to teach you something which is going to blow your mind. This is like something that you never seen before. And all of you playing Dota, Hearthstone, watching porn, you know, please look here. And if you have two monitors, I know you have two monitors, and you're like, I don't have to alt-tab. Then just move your face and look to the monitor, right? This is a trick which I'm going to teach Brianna Wu. And it's very technologically advanced. So please bear with me, you know, you select everything you wrote and you click the mouse, you hold the click, and you drag it down. I know, like, this is very hard, Brianna. It is very hard, but since you're a woman, you need to know how to do this, because other people might then say, you know, wrongly say that women don't know how to do this, and they're enforcing stereotypes and shit. You need to be aware how to do this, Brianna. It's very important. And after you selected everything, you know, you right click. I'm going to teach you the longer method now. And after you master it, you can go to the shortcut. But first, we need to understand the basics. And you click, you see copy. You click copy. And take into account, you can't do this outside a computer. You can't do this on a notebook in real life. You can only do it on the computer. And then when you go to Kotaku in action. Let's say you're in Kotaku in action now, right? We do a bit of imagining. We're not on Kotaku in action, but we imagine. You do right click, and then you select paste. And everything you wrote here gets to be on that part. And then you can post it in both places at once. Oh my god, it's so annoying. It's so awesome, you know? It's like almost no effort. Almost no effort whatsoever. Oh my god. Right. So she starts the message with a quote. Must be a yearning deep in human heart to stop other people from living. She's intellectual. You know, if you start your message with a quote, you're an intellectual person. It's like if you start your message with nigger, you're a racist. If you start it with a quote, you're intellectual. And I'm curious because she, you know, had a relationship with Top Hat. Not actual relationship, but they spoke. She was on his stream. He bought her game. You know. Whatever. The idea is that Top Hat was nice to her, and she had nice things to say about Top Hat. Well, she also said bad things about Top Hat because she said that he is responsible for killing her dog. It's Gamergate, and Top Hat being part of Gamergate, ergo, he killed her dog or some shit like that. I don't know. Whatever. I was going to post this in Kotaku in action, blah, blah, blah. The mod who said this, please come forward. I want to know. I just want to know if this is true or not. I don't care if you did it. You know, if you told her, whatever. Your job. Whatever you say in your free time, your own problem. I just want to know if someone actually said this, because I don't think they did. So I'm going to post it here. I hope Kotaku in action will cross-link it and have a healthy discussion so they don't get nuked. So you're so lazy that you just can't post it in both places. You want someone else to do it. How privileged can you fucking be? You want minions post this for me on Kotaku in action. I'm too lazy to do it. Takes 3 more seconds. Do you know time is money? I make $13,000 a month. Time is cash. Like, can we have an honest discussion? No, we can't. I mean, I remember all the times you tried to have an honest discussion and no one actually wanted to discuss. Woman, if you're into discussion, honest discussion, come into my channel. I had feminists before. Look at my previous videos, see how I treated them. Tell me if I treated them wrong. You know what? I'm going to close the comments on the video. I'm going to do whatever you want. I'm going to suck your dick. I'm going to find the dick in the jar after your doctor cut it off, and I'm going to suck it if you come here on my channel and we have an honest discussion. And I'm going to be nice. I'm not going to say bad things like that. You know, I can be nice. I'm going to care about your feelings. I'm going to be considerate. I'm going to be whatever you want. Just come and have the honest discussion. You know what? I'm going to pay you $50. I know your time is money. You know, time is precious. Going to pay you $50 if you come on my channel, because according to Leah Alexander, you know, you can't not pay someone that's speaking about feminism or whatnot. You know, like, this is probably how much I would make, I'm thinking if you would be making a stream here, I would probably make $50. This is how much I made when Karen came and spoke. You know, 3 months later I looked at the video and it made around 40 or $50. Can't really remember, but this is like how much I would make from the revenue, from the ads. And I'm going to give it all the cash to you because I don't care about the money. I just want an honest discussion. You know, 3 months, $50. That's reasonable, right? It's like, well, okay. Because it would probably get a lot more views than I usually get if I get Brianna Wu. It would probably get like at least 20,000 people watching. My videos don't get that much. But if I would have a stream and I'd get like 20,000 views in 3 months, that's how much it would make. I believe that a wide range of political opinions is both healthy and inevitable. Part of human nature, really. I don't agree with anything Kotaku in Action believes, but that doesn't mean for the reason alone they should be thrown off Reddit. I'm so glad Brianna Wu is here to defend us. I'm really glad. Oh my god, like, I was scared, you know, what can you do without Brianna Wu? Luckily she is here to be our shield. You know, like, Ellen Powell likes her, and she's going to put a good word for Mrs. Powell, and as such, Kotaku in Action is safe. Thank you, Brianna Wu. You have solved the problem. There is not going to be a point where conservative gamers are going to see the light and agree with us. Conservative gamers. When exactly have games evolved that were like, no! Oh my god. Shit. Conservative gamer. You know, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry if I don't think Depression Quest is a game. I'm really sorry if people are going to ask for a refund when you make your game. It's not conservative. You are the ones making conservative games. Your games, Brianna Wu, are something that came out from the year 2000. If your game would have came out in 2001, it would probably sell a few copies. You know, because that's so old school. You're the one making conservative games, not me. I enjoy. Conservative versus liberal is part of human nature. Alright. So since it's unreasonable to expect them to go away, what do we want? We want their specific harassing behavior to stop. Oh. Yes, conservatives, the harassers. The central problem with these large parts of Kotaku in Action do not see how they are harassing people. If Kotaku in Action does get nuked, it will because its dissonance were unable to see how others interpreted their actions. If Kotaku in Action gets nuked, woman, they will move somewhere else. There are other options. The internet does not stop on Kotaku in Action. I know you want it to stop. You know, banning people, making them go away only works when they have nowhere else to go to. Jesus. Oh my god. This person. Jesus. As an engineer, I'm a pragmatist. As an engineer, you don't know how to use copy-paste. You need other people to do it. And I have 3 specific actions that I would strongly suggest Kotaku in Action stop today, so their forum can survive and the freedom of ideas can continue unfettered. Woman, do you realize that for some weird reason you are talking as if you can actually ban Kotaku in Action? Like as if their forum survive. I'm supposed to understand that if I listen to you, it's not going to get banned. If I don't listen to you, it's going to get banned. Do you understand that there might be a problem with this? Huh? You keep talking about fighting against the status quo and shit, and that the status quo, patriarchy, blah blah blah. Yet you're telling me that you have the power to ban a subreddit. And you're fighting against the status quo. You are the status quo if you can do this. You know, if one of the biggest companies on the internet, you can actually just choose, bam, this subreddit gets to go, you know, like, or this subreddit gets to stay. And keep telling me how you're fighting on the good fight, you know, and you're the one being oppressed. They must stop outing transgender people. At this point, I'm not exactly sure that anyone that people didn't know before. I mean, when you out someone, it means that no one knew that they were transgender before, you know? And if the information is already available, you can't out. You can't, like, it's outing me as a Romanian. People know I'm a Romanian. You can't out me for being a Romanian. Do you see that? Also, it would have been nice if you gave a few links so I know who are you talking about. And usually, by the way, from what I noticed, people don't take pleasure into outing transgender people. But when a transgender person like yourself comes on and claims she's a woman and she is speaking for all women and all men need to die and shit, and it turns out that person used to be a man, do you see the problem here? You know, because it's not intellectually honest. It really isn't. It's like me becoming a woman now, claiming myself that suddenly I'm a woman, and as a woman, I would get more power to talk with you about that you are fucking wrong, and that women aren't oppressed, right? And then you would say, well, you didn't used to be a woman. But what about transracial people? Because, you know, on today, the June 13, it was in the news. Can we out them? Or... Alright, if there's any behavior Kotaku in action does, and this is like the thing which I don't get. So Top Hat, why are you outing transgender people? Because it's Kotaku in action. Everyone on Kotaku in action is doing it. Can't you say if there is any behavior, some members on Kotaku in action? But alright, that will end up getting them nuked for harassment. This is it. If they don't believe transgender women are women, that's wrong. Look, you faggot. You don't get to impose your views on me. If you want to identify as a transgender woman, that's fine, you know? But you don't tell me to identify you as a transgender woman. That's imposing your views on me. That's not fair. That's not cool. Allow me to impose, to see, you know, if I want to role play along or not. And this is not hating trans people or not. No, this is you being bigoted, imposing your views on others. This is not cool. I know you managed to get it to be politically correct, to misgender trans people wrong, but, you know, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be politically incorrect. And if you think that I hate trans people for doing this, that's your opinion. You know, you can think whatever you want. I just don't want to role play along, because I hate it when people impose their views on me. I hate it when religious people do it. Why the fuck do you think that you have the right to do it? If all my senses, my eyes, my lips, my smell, my sense of touch tell me that this is not a woman, I'm not going to believe that this is not a woman. And if you want to like, I'm going to give you the final argument to prove that you are full of shit. If you think that hating trans people is misgendering them, then I'm going to tell you 90% of the earth does it. Because the moment you refuse to sleep with a trans woman, you know, because she is not a woman, then you are misgendering her, so by ergo you are hating her. You are a transphobe, you know? And this is not cool. I still get to decide where my penis gets to go. But letting them say it is a free speech issue. Where it gets different is targeting specific individuals. I know they don't understand this, but outing some transgender can literally lead to their death. Yes, Brianna Wu, I'm pretty sure that your very progressive friends and your very liberal, understanding, very progressive people are going to kill you, because now they know you are a transgender. What transgender person has died because of Gamergate? Name me one, and then you know what I always say, and you're going to be like, oh, does someone actually need to die? Yes, someone actually needs to die in order for you to make this statement. In order for you to make this statement, I want to see someone that has, you know, been beaten or something because of Gamergate. And by the way, if this would happen, even if this would happen, I take it back, even if this would happen, it still wouldn't be Gamergate's fault for outing the transgender person. It's the fault of the person that beats them or kills them, and they are the ones that need to go to jail. I mean, honestly, if I would out someone as being a conservative in San Francisco and that person gets killed by the progressive people, you know, is it my fault or is it the progressive people who did the killing? I mean, God. They're firing and other kinds of terrible abuse. They can easily advocate against transgender rights without endangering specific people. What transgender rights are we advocating against? And by the way, if you're telling me that a transgender has the right to impose their views on me, I'm going to tell you that that is abuse. You know, you have the freedom to do whatever you want until you impose your views on other people. That's where I draw the line. You don't get to impose your views on me. I'm sorry. You think you're a woman, that's fine. You want me to think you're a woman, that's not fine. They must stop inciting a violent mob against individuals. Oh, Brianna, we're talking about inciting violent mobs. Can we please ask Slade, Mr. Slade, I like his name, Slade, Brogstar, about inciting hateful mobs? Because I think Brianna Wu did it like 7 times. At one point, I think she stopped doing it because she got bored. This is the reason she stopped inciting hateful mobs against Slade. You know, why don't you pick with the big guys, Brianna? Why don't you pick with me? Huh? Like, why don't you pick your fights with someone that matters? Come on, incite people to hate me. I thought about this a lot, and this is the most likely scenario where I think I could get murdered. Right. Why did this woman needs to dramatize everything? Everything needs to be a drama llama. It's like, oh, she could get killed. Right. With $13,000, woman, per month, you can hire your own private army. You know, like you can have 2 Apache helicopters flying above you, one in front, one in back, with the 2 Blackwater jeeps. Again, 2 in front, 2 in black, ready to fire at anyone that crosses your street wearing a Gamergate, a Vivian James t-shirt. With $30,000, you can hire your own private army. You can conquer a few Romanian villages on the outskirts with $13,000. So please tell me more how you can get killed. I don't think Don Corleone from The Godfather was making $13,000 per month. A reader of Kotaku in Action or 8chan has been hearing all day long what a terrible person I am. And frenzied by the mob, he showed up at my doxed address with a gun and murders me and my family. This, you know what? I'm starting to understand why you hate the Sad Puppies Awards. I think you want to write your own sci-fi book, and you're afraid that you might not get the award. You might not get the Hugo Award now. Huh? I'm afraid. Oh, what the things I read on the internet. You know, when do we start taking internet so seriously? When have we started taking it? For us normal people, the internet is the fucking internet. For you, your jaw dropped on the internet. Like, Woman, stop taking the internet seriously. Jesus Christ. Maybe he hasn't even sent death threats, but the steady diet of hearing that I am the worst person on earth makes him feel he's doing the world a favor in killing me. Yes, because this is like that. There are people killing the worst people on earth. Like, I'm willing to go to jail to kill your ass. This is your mentality. Let's assume that I wouldn't think this is wrong, that I wouldn't, you know, like have a conscience. Let's assume I'm a psychopath, but I would be willing to go to jail for life just to kill you. How important do you think you are, woman? And when has this happened before? When has a person been killed because of video games? I have become a public figure, and I realize that part of this I'm going to have to endure my very harsh criticism. That's fine. Where it crosses the line is where it becomes less about my ideas and who I am as a person. It was always about your ideas, Brianna. Brianna Wu is stupid, untalented, wrong. A bitch, an idiot, a failed game developer. Okay, let's say Brianna Wu is stupid. I'm not going to contradict you there. Untalented. Well, did your game sell a lot? Did you have talent making the game? Honestly, can you compare your game with other games that came out, like Shovel Knight, for instance? And wrong. Yeah, because when you lie, you're wrong. A bitch. You need to be a woman to be a bitch. So I'm not going to. An idiot. I'm not going to say you're an idiot. I really not. You're a genius. You're a fucking genius. You make $13,000 a month. You're not an idiot for doing this. The people paying you are idiots. You're a genius level. Einstein. A failed game developer. Well, you are. I mean, has your game sold well? This is how you acknowledge if a game developer is failed or not. Has the game sold well? If it has, you know, I'm going to apologize. You're a great game developer if it has sold well. Those opinions are what I signed up for. Knock yourselves out and long live free speech. But if you're minimizing the threats of my life, what if you're exaggerating the threats of your life, woman? How can we know how At what level are the threats of your life? Do we just take your word for it? Look, your people, not mine, yours, have doxed me. They know what university I go to, you know? They can actually, assumingly, they can't, but let's assume they could, you know, if they would get their wish, they would get me fired, quote unquote, from the university I study at. That would ruin me, you know, it would ruin my life. They don't have to kill me, they just have to get me fired, because I'm not as rich as you are, you know, I'm not having your parents that you do, I'm not as privileged as you are, because I don't live in the United States of America, I live in Romania, and as such, you know, my opportunities aren't as open as you are, so check your privilege, shitbag. Moving forward, you know, if they could apparently, theoretically, get me expelled from the university for my views. And then I would be on the streets and my life would be on jeopardy. Does that mean that I should stop doing this? I should be afraid? I should call people out? No, it's the fucking internet. Let people do whatever the fuck they want. You know, if this is their mentality, that they want to get the Romanian fired and then be able to sleep at night, let them do it. Fine. It's like, you know, this is what I signed up for when I decided to speak out. Well, I know Kotaku in action doesn't understand it, but this is harassment. Top hat, why don't you understand it? And it could get me and others killed. If you want Kotaku in actions to survive, attack the idea and not the person. Again, I would like a few posts from Kotaku in action that were upvoted, you know, that weren't punished, where people are like, let's kill Brianna Wu, let's murder her. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And number 3, admit the free market wants a Reddit with less harassment. I know Reddit believes that the policy changing is all social justice warrior brainwashing, but I strongly disagree. I think Ellen Powell is trying to make sure Reddit survives for years to come. Like Twitter, Reddit's reputation is a place where users get harassed. They've done internal studies that shows that users of Reddit itself wants to change. Reddit's power has social place in its users, and if the users don't feel safe, they're going to leave. Yes, so, you know, here's the problem. I don't feel safe on Reddit. I really don't feel safe. I don't think the people on Kotaku in action feel safe, because any day now, the ban hammer might come, you know? And as such, the Reddit now has a competitor. People are going to their competitors. Yes, the free market, as you said. The problem here is that the Reddit advertises itself as free speech, you know? And free speech includes harassment. I know this might shock you. This might cause your brain to explode. But, you know, as a Romanian, which had my people that I knew, people that I actually knew, you know, died in order to make the communist regime fall down. I actually lived through the revolution. You know, I was, I believe, 4 years old, and there was someone that my family knew who was shot on the street in order to fight for freedom of speech. As such, we know better about freedom of speech than you faggots, even though you're from America and like, yeah, America, freedom, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you didn't fight for it. You know, it wasn't in your lifetime. I think I know better. I lived through communism. I lived through the age after communism, which also was still like communism, because the transition didn't went like clack, clack, clack. And harassment is freedom of speech. So Reddit talking about freedom of speech and whatnot, attracting customers and then doing 180, you know, it's a bit a slap in the face to the actual Redditors. And I don't see why this is about Kotaku in action. This is about a lot of people on Reddit. So according to you, if Kotaku in action wants to survive, they need to shut the fuck up about the Reddit issues, right? No, I don't think they need to shut the fuck up. I want them, as I said in another video, I want to see them banned, because this will bring Gamergate back to life again. You know, they're just going to move someplace else, they're going to move to the competitors, and yeah, it's just going to get far more people interested in Gamergate, like it usually does. And I think this is what you want as well, because when Gamergate gets revitalized, you can claim victimhood, you get more cash. You know, we both benefit from this, I guess. We from getting more numbers, you from playing the victim card, and this is like what you want. Over my life, I have been both liberal and conservative. Obviously, I lean very strongly one way now, and to me, liberals are much more friendly and emotional, healthy group to belong to. Yeah, especially when you're outed as a transgender, they are going to kill you. But if I were being honest, we do sometimes have a pro-censorship ban that makes me deeply uncomfortable. I hope that rather than blame others, Kotaku in action will be an adult and take this moment to look into the mirror. Yes, because if I do what Brianna Wu says, I'm an adult. If not, I'm a crybaby. Yes, I know this. The truth is they have some harassing behavior that needs to stop. I hope they'll reflect on it, blah, blah, blah. So instead of being here and doing this monologue as a person that's open for discussion, usually does this because this is what she said, she's open for discussion. You could have, you know, joined Sargon Avocado on a stream. You could have went to Milo Yiannopoulos and did a stream. You could have went to Mundane Math and did a stream. You could have went to Total Biscuit and did a stream. You could have went to all these places, you know, where you could have an open debate with people. Instead, no, you still don't know how to use the copy paste. I would actually start posting on hacking noises, Kotaku, vomits, excuse me. I would actually start dry heaving. Wait, what? Blah, blah, blah. Dude, you need to see a doctor. For the cough or for wanting to post on Kotaku in action? Yes. Is there actually a subreddit where these discussions happen? Because I think it's a genuine issue. And clearly Kotaku in action is not the subreddit we're looking for. If I go there on GamerGazi and try to have a discussion, I get banned. Just because I don't agree. So what discussion do you want? Right. Another thing I'd like to add, Kotaku in action, stop saying that you speak for all gamers. You don't speak for me, and I even play GTA 5 regularly. Oh, okay, he plays GTA 5 regularly, you know, clearly he's a gamer. I don't speak for him. Like, I like how they justify, like, I play GTA 5, I'm a gamer. I hope Top Hat gets it. I want to know which moderator did it. Also, I'm going to say this at the beginning of the next video because it's important. Someone brought an interesting accusation, which he does have a point. You know, it's like, why do I complain that I don't have a lot of cash when I went to see a movie? The reason is that movies in Romania are like $3 after I give them the proof that I'm a student at university. So I paid $3 to see Jurassic World. And the second thing is that I don't go to movies very often. I do it like once or twice a year. And Jurassic World was a movie that I honestly enjoy. And it reminded me of my childhood. As such, you know, I really wanted to go. So yeah, that's why I went to the movies. It's not because I'm swimming in dough or anything like that. But you know, it was criticism. I had to address it. I'm going to address it again at the beginning of the next video because this one was probably very long. So maybe that person didn't watch it until the end. So if you like the thing that I do, feel free to support me. You know, the links are PayPal, Patreon. I'm going to add the link with this there as well, so you can see what Brianna Wu said and shit. And looking forward to hear from Top Hat. Please, Top Hat, tell me why, who told Brianna Wu she can't post on Kotaku in action? If you want Brianna Wu, you can post on my channel. You're more than welcome to come to my channel. You know, it's like mi casa, your casa. I'm going to even serve you with cupcakes if you post on my channel. Feel free. I'm not censoring, I'm not banning, you know, you can say whatever you want. And no one here is going to threaten your life. I will ban anyone that says Brianna Wu needs to be killed if she posts here. If she posts here and someone says, you know what, I want to kill Brianna Wu, you're banned. You do not get to post on my channel anymore. I never banned anyone. Now I'm going to start. For Brianna Wu, from me to you. This is how much love I have. Respect.